If any of you have followed social media for the last, I'd say almost a year now, you've seen the trend called Looksmaxxing and how big and how popular it's gotten and how it's influenced so many young men to kind of hop on the train. I've hopped on the train, and every day I do things to improve my looks and to ascend, or whatever these Looksmaxxers would call it. But one thing I will disagree with is that when they say Looksmaxxing is the number one thing to improve your life, right? To improve your looks, to improve yourself socially, to get a job you want, to get the girl you want. Sure, does Looksmaxxing help with that? Yes, I 100% agree. But do I also believe that that is not the only reason? Absolutely. And kind of what I'm here to explain today is another thing that's really important, if not more important, would be charisma, right? Or what we'd call charismamaxxing. You can be the best looking motherfucker in the world, but you could be a weirdo, or you could be awkward, or you could just have terrible communication skills, and those looks don't do anything for you. If you're trying to pick up women and you're good looking, sure, initially, you're gonna draw women's attention, but if you can't communicate, if you can't persuade them, or if you can't reach them on an emotional level, then them looks they don't mean shit, right? Same with a job. If you're a good looking person, could that have influence on getting the job? Sure. But if you can't communicate in an interview, why do you think this employer is going to hire you, right? If they see that you can't communicate in an interview, well, they're going to know you can't communicate to potential customers or clients, or whatever job where you're working with people. The only thing going through their head is, well, this guy can't communicate, so how are we going to be able to trust him to do good work for us? You could use an example as sales. You're applying for a sales job, you're a good looking person, I'm sure that's going to help a lot, right? The people that are trying to hire you are going to think, wow, this person's looks are an advantage to the other people that are applying. But if you can't speak, they're probably thinking, well, how the hell is this dude or this chick gonna get sales? How are they going to make us money? How are they going to make commissions for themselves? How are they going to sell our product? Communication is key in so many areas of life, and it almost seems as if people have just completely forgotten about that. And you can throw blame to that on technology. You can throw blame to that on how the world works today. And a lot of that is due to things like texting and social media, like I said, right? Kids growing up, you don't have to learn how to communicate really if you have one of these, and all I got to do is pick it up and text somebody if I want to talk to them. I can just pick my phone up and text them, or I can Snapchat them, or I can just send a blank picture of my face, and I guess that's a way to say hi to people. Back to what I was saying though. If you're good looking, are women going to notice you? Yes, they are going to notice you. Absolutely, there's no doubt about that. Are you going to get attention? Yeah. Are you going to get attention from men? Sure, because there's homosexuals out there. But if you get beyond the looks part and to the communication part and you can't talk, where in your right mind do you think that you're going to be successful with this woman? No, you're probably not going to take her home. No, you're probably not going to even end up with her phone number for that, right? You're definitely not going to get a relationship going, because if you can't communicate now, why would a woman want to be with you if you completely suck and cannot communicate? The main point of this is Looksmaxxing the number one way to ascend in life? In my opinion, no, it is not. I think it's one of the components, but I think charismamaxxing and knowing how to communicate is just as or more important than being good looking. Some are going to agree, some are going to disagree. This is my stance on it, and that's my take. So if you stayed to the end of this, I appreciate it. While you're here, go ahead, hit that like, also hit that subscribe button, and stay tuned for more educational content and more rants.